Hello and welcome to Overdrive. This is Rohit Paradkar. We are in Chakan at the Bajaj test track. You can see some of the riders already going in, hot into the corners. Anyway, we are here to ride and talk about the new Pulsar NS lineup. So I agree, some of you may not find this very new. This is a model that was launched over 10 years ago, and this is now the updated 2023 edition. So first things first, the upgrades that we saw to the NS200 and the NS160 in terms of the engine are carried forward from the BS6 era, and what has changed is what you see right here, the upside down forks. So now both these models, the 200 as well as the 160, that's the 200 that you see here, both of them get the upside down forks. So the previous models had 37 millimeter inner tubes. Now these are 33 millimeters, so they're slimmer, and the outer part is 48 millimeters. So essentially what has happened is the steel part is now lesser, the aluminum part is more. So there is about 2 kg weight reduction that the forks see over the outgoing front suspension of the NS lineup. Similarly, even the wheels now are lighter. So these are the same wheels that you get on the 250s, the N250. So that saves another 500 grams at each wheel, so a kilo lost between the two wheels. So a 3 kg weight advantage on the 200. However, the 200 and the 160 are now using the same wheels. That means the 160 is now sitting on fatter tires. So what you get is a 100 section front, a 130 section rear, and that coupled with the dual channel ABS has sort of increased the weight a little bit. It's about a kilo heavier than the outgoing NS160, whereas the 200 is now 3 kgs lighter. Now in terms of the design, not much has changed. The white wheels have gone, of course, and we've seen certain changes, additions in terms of the decals or the patterns over the years on the NS, so not much of a change there. So in terms of design, not much has changed. The chassis also remains unchanged. It's primarily the suspension that has been changed, and you'll also see the Grimeca brakes on this. So brakes again are common. These also come from the 250s, which means you get that 300 millimeter disc up front. Dual channel ABS is standard. There is no single channel ABS option on these. They haven't done the projector beam lamps like we've seen on the N160, but given the superior suspension that it comes with now, it will command a higher price compared to the N160. So in fact, I have the price list here with me. If you can just bear for a second, let me just read it out. So it's 1,34,000 ex showroom, 1,34,675 to be precise, ex showroom for the NS160, whereas the NS200 is 1,47,347 rupees. So that is the pricing for it. Like I said, the N160 is now pricier than the NS160 is now pricier than the N160. And in terms of the console, it continues to get the older console that we've seen. On the N160, we've seen the newer console, but the NS continues to get the older one. Now this motorcycle is obviously a big hit around the globe as well, not just in India, and which is the reason why these upside down forks have now come in, because it was more of a market driven requirement. The consumers wanted it, and that is why they have brought in the upside down forks. It also gives this bike a stiffer front end. How that fares out in the real world and even around the twisties is something that we are now going to find out when we ride this motorcycle on the track. But otherwise, the liquid cooled engine, the 6-speed gearbox, the perimeter frame, all that remains unchanged. It's only the suspension, the wheels, the brakes, the tire sizes, especially for the 160, that are the main talking points here. So let me know, what do you think about all these changes? Let me know what were you expecting from the new NS160 and NS200. Does it live up to your expectations? Were you expecting something more? What do you think about the pricing? What do you think about its placement compared to the Pulsar 150 and the N160? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care and ride safe.